Hello, everyone. Welcome to Traveling Through Pages. Every page of a book teaches us something new. Similarly, we can learn a lot from conversing with a person. Most of the knowledge we gain from them would aid us in life. And in this show, we will develop a better reading habit and learn how to study well from interviews with inspiring and avid readers. I'm on a journey to unfold fascinating pages and acquire knowledge from them. Come along with me on this journey. This is me, Aaradhana Umesh, accompanying here with you here today. So, I'm also part of the Be the Change Forum and I work for the cause Readers Are the Leaders. Today, we have a very interesting guest. Her name is Shalini P Sawkar, and she is a young, ambitious woman who is an award-winning author, columnist, TED Circle speaker, and whatnot. And she has authored books which genres modern, fantasies, criminal novels, etc. And she has worked in the software sector for 3 years after earning her degree as a computer science engineer, and now she's a full-time writer. And she has recently written a book which is Confessions of an IT Employee, and I heard that it's booming. Hi, ma'am. It's really nice to meet you. And
Hi, Aradhana. Thank you so much for inviting me, first of all. And thank you so much for that warm welcome.
no problem,
Super
ma'am.
thrilled to be
I
on
am
your show.
really
Yeah,
privileged to interview such an amazing author. Yes,
sweet
ma'am.
of you. Yeah,
So, without any ado, let's start with our interview. So, first question is, can you tell
sure.
more about yourself, ma'am? Like your hobbies, anything new you do?
Right. So I think you covered most of it in my introduction. But so, yeah, I've written three books called Confessions of an IT Employee, like you mentioned, and The Murder of Jay Shekhar. I've written another novella called When I Find You, and two other short stories which are of the fantasy genre called The Code of Conduct in Her Shoes and The Witch of Strawhorn.
Oh, wow.
So apart from writing, yeah, apart from writing, as so right apart from writing, I'm also an avid reader. I've been a reader from when I was 5 years old. So that continues. So as a hobby, I read or I watch a lot of shows on Netflix, and um, I learn painting from my sister, and I do some oil paintings from time to time.
Oh, wow. It's interesting to know your other hobbies as well. So, the next question,
Thank you.
can you tell more about your book, The Confession of an IT Employee?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I have a copy of it with me, so I can just show you as well.
Oh,
So, yeah, this is the novel. This is the second edition of it. I think when we met, you
yeah.
had the first edition, if I'm not wrong, right?
Second edition.
Yeah, so this is the second edition. Second edition, yes.
Oh, wow. Can you tell like a summary about it? Like how it goes?
Yeah, so it revolves around the lives of, it's an inspirational romantic comedy. It revolves around the lives of four characters who are moving out of their college life and into their workspace. So it's a satire based on all the ups and downs that we face in our day-to-day lives, as well as any fresher would face in any kind of workspace. It's about what not to do in your first job,
Oh, wow.
and
It's really
it
interesting.
follows the journey of four characters, and each one has a different experience when it comes to life and when it comes to their workspace. So there's one character called Sanchita, who's the protagonist of the story, and she is juggling between her passion and her profession. A dilemma that most of us, face as we grow up, whether we should chase our dreams or we should, hold on to a stable job, right? So that's the dilemma that she's going through in the story. And there's Nishant, who is trying to figure out what he's actually good at. He sees that all his friends and his siblings are super successful at what they do, but he's still trying to break out of the shell and trying to find out what it is that he's good at, right, apart from his job. There's Bhumaja, who's moved out of her out of her village, and she's living alone for the very first time in a new city. So it's about how she tries to mingle with the metropolitan crowd and how she tries to make friends there, right? And whether she would be accepted. So there's Alicia, who's witty and who's a planner, and she's planned her entire life, out of as soon as she got out of her college, and but life doesn't go according to her plans. Fate has something else in store for her. So it's about how these characters are trying to, cope with everything that happens to them, as well as they're trying to make the best out of their situation.
Wow, ma'am. I
On
can
a
really
deeper
see.
level,
Yeah.
yeah, on a deeper level, it's also about, overcoming depression, battling societal norms, and finding your true calling and your passion in life.
Oh, I can see why it's like booming so much. And because it's really interesting, and I'm sure every single young adult can relate to this actually. Like from a girl
Thank you so much.
from
Yeah,
a
yeah,
village to a girl who's trying to figure out what she's going to do. I'm surely, I'm saying that many people can relate to this, ma'am. It's really nice. So, ma'am, you have studied
yeah.
engineering and now you're a full time writer. So, what's the turning point and what made you change the field?
Right. So it was always my childhood dream to write stories. I had written a novel when I was 10 years old. And I think that was the point when I decided that I wanted to be a writer. Because I just figured out, at 10 years of age, that the books that I read were written by people. And I thought, how cool would it be to, write stories for a living? Um, so, as kids, we're always excited to like work on our dreams right away. And we want them to, we want to make them come true right away, right? So I'd written a novel when I was 10 years old,
Wow.
and I was not too proud of it. After writing, I hid it under a pile of clothes. I didn't show it to anyone. And and then I wrote my next one with a friend of mine. And this time we were kind of proud of it, and we were like, it was a fantasy novel of 200 pages. We tried to get it published as well. We walked up to a publisher's office when we were 11 years old,
11.
and unfortunately, yeah. So there was a publisher who was 2 streets away from our school, and I think one day after school, both of us decided to like take our printed copy and go to walk up to him. We did that. We met him in person, and that was the first sneak peek into the writing world for me.
Wow.
And though the book was not published, the both of us had the opportunity to go on the local radio station and be RJs for a day. So
Wow. This all happened when you were 11?
yeah.
My God, ma'am, you're truly inspiring. I mean, when I was 11, I think I was during COVID, I would be watching my phone. I mean, wow.
So are you, at 13, I mean, I was just watching YouTube videos, I didn't even dreamt of having a YouTube channel, honestly.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, next
Yeah,
thing
right.
is, um, can you share more about your journey and the challenges you faced?
Right. So, as I was telling you that the first time around, that was when I was 10, 11 years old. But fortunately or unfortunately, you can see that, I was good at academics. So I was kind of expected to like either take engineering or medicine or law, and pursue one of these degrees. Right. And I was happy with it because, I had not figured out what it is that I wanted to do. I was a bit, everyone around me was taking up these career choices. And I think I did not dig deeper into myself to figure out, my choices, but I just went with the flow and I completed my engineering. And I was having I was working in the IT industry. Um, and my life was fairly good, but somewhere I felt that there was something missing, there was something that was lacking, and that's when my dream of writing stories started coming back to me.
That was
So one of my one of my biggest challenges, I would say, was figuring out how am I going to cross that bridge between engineering to writing, because I did not have a degree in literature. I had no idea about the publishing industry in India, and it was just blind faith that I went into writing with, which I would not advise people to do, because I had no idea if I would ever get published or not. It was just it was just my interest, my passion, that I really wanted to do it and wanted to um, hobby as well. So I took it up as a hobby, but then I wanted to make a career out of it. So I wanted to explore that creative side of myself, and that's how I started writing again. And
wow.
luckily, I was published a few years
That
later.
clearly shows how passionate you are about writing. So next we have a very interesting segment. We have rapid fire round. So you have to answer really quick.
Perfect. That sounds fun.
So
Sure.
your favorite book?
Harry Potter.
Oh, same. Uh, your favorite
Yeah.
author?
Well, many. Okay, it's very difficult to
One.
choose so quickly. One name that comes to my mind obviously is J.K. Rowling, but I would also say Sidney Sheldon
Wow.
and Neil Gaiman. Yeah,
So any quirks you have?
and currently Jhumpa Lahiri.
Oh, okay. Next one is the most embarrassing moment. I
Most
mean,
embarrassing moment.
you can
Yeah,
tell
on a
it.
daily basis, I think. I embarrass myself on a daily basis, multiple times. Um,
Okay, ma'am. That's all. And thank you so much for spending your time out of your busy schedule, ma'am. Thank you so much. And
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm really feeling happy to interview you. And I mean, I learned so much from you. I learned so much, like how passionate you are, and how even if you can, like if you finished your engineering degree, you can still start over again. I mean, you're really inspiring to many other people, and I am sure you will change lives, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. So this is me, Aaradhana Umesh, signing off. Bye bye.